Tetra fish will look good on this. Maybe you've had one. It's a pretty popular aquarium fish. They're translucent. Wood is not translucent. Fun facts. There's a lot right there. We should get started. Set up my reference photo. Set my coffee up to catch the overspray. Trying to make a joke. I don't take cream, I take overspray in my coffee. So I think we're gonna achieve that translucency with some gray. Just flat gray. Not starting with white. Sorry, fellas. You know what? Here you go. One sec. We'll be starting 2% with white. Lighten it up a tad. Look at how diligently I'm showing you gray. Sorry. Next color. Pearlized yellow. Mixed in the cup that had a little bit of gray in it. And I'm gonna reduce that, because that's a dangerous color right there. Do you see it? It's back there a little bit too, behind the bump, the belly bump, and around the head. My bluest blue. Code blue. This paint is like the consistency of ink. This blue is. I'm gonna try to do a line straight across the body. The bottom of that line is gonna have a bit of a swoop. It's what's gonna be behind the really bright blue, pearly white lateral line that goes across these things. That's what's gonna be under. Looking pretty weird so far. It needs more. Here's my technique. I look at the reference photo for a good long, hard while, and then I choose to not look at it anymore. And when you're painting, you go off the shape of what the bait is. Make the lines and the colors follow the bait. But if I look back at the reference photo too much, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like that. But you don't want it to look exactly like that. You want it to naturally follow the lines of the bait. But look at me, I can't help myself. I brought that blue and stuff. It wants to focus on my face, sorry. Well, it looks like I gotta hire a cameraman. I can't do this, apparently. Thought I could for the last 10 years, but no. Oh, there we got it, never mind. Was I saying something? I don't remember anymore. Next step. This requires 2 orange hues. One says it's red, it's not red, it's full of baloney. We need a lighter one, safety orange. That's just a neon. This is like the best neon orange I've ever sprayed. And Archangel red. Do you see red? What I'm looking at something and I see red. The reference photo on my phone looks kind of, maybe it doesn't. I see red. So I'm gonna spray something that calls itself red, but it's lying too. You can't be afraid of this color. That color is there, like it's gotta be in the brush. You gotta be letting that color flow out and then just stop. It's this orange weird feature that this fish has on its rear end. With airbrushing, it's so like, you feel like you can fade things in so nicely. There's a reason you feel that way, because you can. So I don't want to just be fading this color in to all the other colors. Like I'm putting something there and then I'm not. I'm gonna try to like do the outline of it and then kind of color in the lines, fill it in. I'm gonna back where I want it with white, just like that. You know what, I'm not even gonna get the orange out. I'm gonna leave it like that and do the other details. The orange will go on last because that's the most, what has to pop the hardest. Detail smoke black in the brush. We have some features to define. There's like an internal organ sac. I suppose you could just say organ sac. External organ sac is just kind of freaky. Most important feature is just that line right there. Kind of separates, gives the illusion. That's where important things exist. I think the shades are right. All of that lighter stuff you see in the middle of the body there, that's pearlized paints that's gonna go over. That's probably good for a base coat though. I actually really like that top color. That's matching really well. Tiny bit. My goodness. Things are just floating away. There's a lot of yellow in this powder. 8-bit bait San Andreas, some UV resin. I gotta take the tape off this lip. Just a pinch of yellow sparkle in there. I just open the window and stick it in the sun when it's this cold out. Some of the warm air gets out the window. Really cold air, it slows down the curing of any kind of resin. Just starting. The most important feature. Building it up super slow and accurate. Being sure to leave a little bit of that dark blue between what will be orange and the white there. Metallic blue silver. And a comb. Kind of gonna hold it like that. Back here the comb's gonna kind of lift off, but that's fine. I want that definition to fade towards the tail. Whew. Alright, that's something. Okay, that white line is pretty straight. I'm gonna come in with the comb again and I can kind of see it. I'm gonna use the spine of the cone as kind of a stencil right against that white line. Okay, the top is kind of leaned forward slightly, and then that's a different angle straight down from the white line with the pearl white. That's pretty good. Dang. Okay, this tiny little detail we're about to put on is gonna make such a difference. So important. Towards the top up there. Some detail smoke black, just a little line. It's gonna separate the scales. It just adds a lot. A lot of lines on this bait. It's time to be careful with our safety orange just on the spot, fellas. The white really does help, because even if you overspray a tiny bit, you don't even notice. You can even see as it gets super close to the edge, there's still a little bit of white. That's good. That's gonna make depth. Code blue is back in the brush. Followed the edge of that white is what I did. That made that line look less white, made it look super bright. It gives the illusion that all of it is blue, and it just gets so bright in the middle that it's white. Kind of like a lightsaber. The color's only on the outside because it's so bright. We need a little bit of this color on this bait, but we need such a little amount. It's so reduced. Do you see it right there? It needed that. It needed lightening up down here. That was a bit more. You can still see the spines that we painted. We have some stuff to do at the top. I don't think I want to break out the full like window mesh scale. I think that would ruin the look of this thing. We need to figure out something fancy to do up there. This needs to be done so lightly. We need 2 atomized pieces of pigment and the thought of doing this to hit the side of this bait right here. That's it. Nice. Well, even that's pushing it. That's pretty good though. I'll accept that. Good thing I put that line right there. That was just detail smoke black and a pattern going over that line. I think that did it. Yeah, that brought the top into play. It's making a statement now. And are you even lure painting if you don't break the tainted gold out? Needs to go in and around that blue. Shouldn't take away from it. It should just enhance it. I'll come back in with pearl white on the belly. It'll come up quite a ways and that should help that effect more. Yeah. There's the gill structure and the side fin. That'll be covered over with pearl white to where it almost blends in with the belly color right there, so it's not going to be so weird looking. I kind of just wanted 2 lobes towards the bottom there to put that maroon color, and the bottom one to be kind of pearl white, fleshy, goes all the way under both of those. You see that? Too thick of a line back there, so you just back it up and keep spraying. Brighter towards the bottom because that's where the color's going. Zephyr pink. It's got a lot of magenta. Still nice and shiny. Ooh, that is very shiny. That looks too good not to heat set. Nice. Time for the Archangel Red. There's still hand painting I'm gonna do in the gills to make that look not so pink. Make it darker, some interference blue and stuff. Interference blue, kind of all over the gills. Might need to make that more red back there. That's a little too orange, I think, still. That's the closest eye I have, and it's pretty close. That's good. Nice. Clear coat. A Tetra Fish. That looks like a Tetra Fish. Good stuff. Clear coat brought out all the shinies, the sparkles, those pearlized lines. No scales on this bait, but I think it looks nice and, you know, full, unappropriate amount of detail everywhere. Let's see if it works good. Should be safe to expect an extra standard crankbait action. Prepare yourselves to witness how extra standard this crankbait action will be. It's a nice quick action. It stays pretty shallow too. It doesn't float up super hard. It doesn't want to dive that much either. That looks natural. In 3 or 4 months, that's going to be deadly. Every year, it is a test of patience. I build all these and I can't fish them. Ouch. Some good fishing line right there. Got some test tank schmoo on there, sorry. One of the best parts is that 8-bit baits powder we put in the first clear coat. Those yellow sparkles up top, that's perfect contrast with all of that blue and crazy stuff happening. It's like it's a satisfying proportional contrast. I'm proud of myself that I put those 3 words together in such an appropriate way to describe how good that looks. I'm gonna stare at it for a few months before I fish it, next to the giant bluegill. Thanks for watching. I'm just about to add some more paint scheme videos to the Fish with Your Masterpiece lure making course, linked below if you want to be a part of that. But anywhoosie, on to the next bait.